make sure everything's up and running here. Holy smokes, I had a bunch of problems today getting set up, but I think we're good now. So I'm looking forward to seeing some, happy highs and hellos and hearts and thumbs up and all of the rest of it. There we go. We're starting to see the comments and the people are joining. So that is great. Well, welcome everybody. My name's Noreen. Oh, where did I go? There I am. My name is Noreen Smith. I am the Product Development Creative Manager here at Creative Memories, and you are joining me for our Fast and Fun episode. We do this every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central, here in the Creative Memories Facebook, Virtual Crop Facebook group, and on the Creative Memories YouTube channel. So you are in the right place. But what's even more fun right now is that we are doing our Sizzlin Summer, I have to drop the G. Sizzlin Summer Challenge every Wednesday throughout the month of July and August. So this is super fun and we are excited to be here together. This is our second, number 2 challenge. And can I just start off by saying, holy smokes, you guys did some amazing work when you were posting your Sizzlin Summer 1 challenge. I absolutely loved all of the happy albums, the 6.75 by 10-inch happy albums that we saw posted in the Creative Memories Virtual Crop Facebook group. And what's even more is that I'm just thrilled that so many of you said, I've never made a happy album before. Thanks very much for, giving me the kick to get started. And many of you said you love the size and that you can't wait to make more of them. So that absolutely thrills me. Hello, everyone. They're coming in fast and furious here. I'm seeing friendly faces and, familiar names. And I'm so excited. Yes, Sheila is saying she's very excited for this challenge. So am I. Now, I do just want to say that I apologize again for any confusion there was with the first challenge. We had some comments, saying, how can we participate if we don't have the products? They may not get to me in time. Can we extend the deadline, etc.? So the idea behind these challenges is really to take the ideas that we're presenting and run with them. And then many of you sort of adapted, turned around. Some of you made cardstock happy album pages until your actual pages arrive. You found all sorts of ways to modify and adapt to that. We also allowed you to do the 8x8 fast album formula, since that was another big aspect of the challenge. So we are apologizing for any miscommunication or confusion that there may have been at the beginning, but I think you sort of see that we've got some flexibility within these challenges, and hopefully that will be great for the rest of the summer. The other thing to remember is that although we want you to try all 9 challenges in order to submit your little coloring sheet, where's mine? I haven't colored mine in yet. But in order to submit your coloring sheet as a sort of an entry for the grand prize, you do need to create all 9 challenges. So it does say that right in the little description here. But you don't have to create them each week. So if you couldn't get the happy album challenge number 1 done for yesterday's deadline to be eligible for this week's prize, you can still create your happy album anytime throughout the month of July and up until the end of August. We'll give you more details at the end of August as to how to submit those coloring sheets. But so you can still do all 9 challenges. You don't have to do them in the week that they are shown. Okay, so hopefully that alleviates some of your concern as well. If you're traveling or if you don't have the product, you can certainly still do the challenge later. Still post it. We'd love to see it. You just would not be eligible for that week's prize. Okay, so hopefully that helps. So yeah, I've got a couple of people asking about the challenge sheet. One of my challenges today was the description. YouTube was not taking my description, so I have to go back in and manually edit it. I was not able to include any of the links in the description. So again, on Facebook, the description is above this video, and on YouTube, it's below the video. So after I finish the broadcast, I will go back and will edit and add those important links for you. The happy album from last week, where you can get the challenge coloring sheet, all that kind of stuff. Okay? So no worries, we will get it to you. All right, but I think more importantly, we've got to talk about our winners. Our winners. We have drawn at random 2 winners who completed and posted their happy albums using the hashtag Sizzlin Summer 1. So drum roll, please. Our winners are Natasha Schuler. Natasha, I hope I'm saying your last name correctly. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And Beth Berger. So congratulations, ladies. We're so excited that you took the challenge, and we can't wait for you to get your prize. Just a reminder that the prizes for last week's challenge were a poppy happy album, the Poppy Blue Suns, a set of the pages, and then your choice of any 12 by 12 paper pack. So someone from CM Home Office, probably Nicole or Sonia, will be contacting you to arrange for your prizes. So make sure you check your emails and watch for the email from them, from CM. Okay, so congratulations again, Natasha and Beth. And let's talk about this week's challenge. Now, you might have already seen in the description box that we are making the most adorable little envelope mini album. Yes, envelope mini album. So I've done these for several years. They are always so fun to make. They're easy to make. They're great little gifts. They're great little kids projects. They're great to send and share memories. So I absolutely love them. And of course, it's made even easier with our envelope and bow creator. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. And you probably are guessing correctly if you think that the prize might have something to do with the envelope and bow creator. So this challenge number 2, Sizzlin Summer number 2, the prize pack for this week is your choice of the envelope and bow creator and a package each of our 3 envelope papers. Or if you already have the envelope and bow creator, maybe you just need some refresh on your papers, so you can get a pack of each size of the Kraft envelope papers, plus you'll be able to choose your Totally Tonal bundle, because Totally Tonal is what I'm going to be using in conjunction today as we demonstrate. But let me show you the little demo album that I made up, and you can probably see that it is using the beautiful C's Please papers and stickers, along with the Kraft envelope papers. All right, so here's our we've got a little sort of belly band, as they're called, to hold everything together. And check this out. We've got all of this goodness in our little accordion style envelope album. So we've got 5 envelopes that we've attached together, and each one of the envelopes will hold a 4x6 photo. Plus, we have the fronts and backs of all of the envelopes as well to add more photos, more mat cards, more journaling cards, all kinds of fun things. And then, as you saw, it just kind of folds up accordion style into this great little package. So we are going to make one together. We're going to talk about how to make the envelopes first, and then I'm going to show you how everything fits together, okay? So just a quick kind of refresher of the products I'm using. Our envelope and bow creator We launched this last October, and what's awesome about our version of this tool is, you might have seen it from other manufacturers. Ours is amazing because, first of all of the information is right here. We've got ways to make envelopes. We've got all the measurements and instructions to make your bows. We've got the integrated notch punch for the envelopes and the corner punch. And then we've got our little stylus that you use to actually do your scoring right there. The other real big benefit is how fast it is, because we have 2 lines to score on. So that means your envelopes are made super, super quick. Now, when we launched it last October, I did a fast and fun episode featuring all kinds of sizes of envelopes. We also did some little boxes. Plus, we did the bows. So I will try to link that episode when I go back to edit the description. And somebody on Facebook is saying, so now it is an envelope, bow, and mini album creator. So yes, indeed. Plus, you can make boxes. So if you kind of forgot about the envelope and bow creator, if you don't have one, this is an awesome, awesome tool to have. And, with moving into the fall, moving into holiday season, this is something you want to have so that you can, wrap gifts and create these little mini albums and do bows and, send envelopes. It is so, so much fun to work with. Along with that, we also have 3 sets of Kraft envelope papers. And these are pre-cut so that if you're making a 4x6 envelope, if you're making a 5x7 envelope, or if you're making a Slimline card envelope, these are all sized to be ready to go. You don't have to do any cutting. You can just go ahead and use them. So these are great just to have on hand. And the great thing about Kraft is that it's so neutral. This is going to go with pretty much anything. It's going to go with, bright colors for birthdays. It's going to go with more masculine colors for masculine. It's going to work with soft, pastels for weddings and baby showers. I absolutely love the Kraft. And you can see that you can either place the pattern side to the inside so that when the recipient opens it, they get a nice little surprise. Or if you're using it for a more decorative, presentation, you can actually make the outside the pattern and the inside the white. So 2-sided pattern on one side, white or solid on the other side. And again, you can see all of the different kinds of tones. So the larger ones are chevrons. Slimlines are chevrons. Then we have the 5x7s are dots, and the 4x6s are stripes. So awesome, awesome papers, so versatile and great to have on hand. Now I'm just going to pull over what I'm using. More Totally Tonals. I can't get enough of these Totally Tonals. They work with everything. So I'm going to be using my little Kraft envelopes, and I've chosen 3 papers, all of the same pattern, from Totally Tonal Canary, Totally Tonal Pumpkin, and Totally Tonal Kelly Green. So I've got that fun stars paper with the ombre patterns on the back. So this is going to give me lots of options to decorate the inside of my little mini album. And of course, there they are there. Sorry, I thought I misplaced them. All of the stickers. And again, these are going to be great because there's so many different little sayings, right? Hooray, it's your day. Celebrate. Do what you love. Wild and free. All of these little different sayings are going to be perfect for an album like this because it just might be an album full of fun pictures. Okay, so let's get going here. I've already made a couple of envelopes up, but let me give you a quick refresher on how to make your envelopes. So I'm going to use the 4x6 envelope paper, and if you don't have the Kraft paper, basically you're going to go ahead and find some paper that you can make an 8¼ inch square. And again, perfect because when you look, and I know it's small for some of us with old eyes, but When you're looking for the envelope size, so here just above my finger is 4 by 6. There we go, 4 by 6. And then it tells you that we need an 8¼ inch square paper. And then the third measurement in that line tells us that we have to score at 3 3/8. So those are the three measurements we need: the size of the envelope that you want to make, the size of the square that you need, in this case 8¼ and then the score line measurement. All right, so I just pulled out my little stylus, and I'm going to take one of my straight edges and I'm going to line it up with that score line marking. So here's 3, and then each notch equals 1/8 inch. So there's 3, 1/8, 1/4, and then, which is 2/8, and then 3/8. So basically 3 notches past the 3. Then I'm going to score the vertical line in the little track there. Hope you can see the track, and the horizontal track. And I've done 2 of my scores. I'm going to take the opposite side, turn it all the way around, 3, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, and score both tracks again. So that's how fast it is. Now, I know on camera and with stripes sometimes it might be hard, but hopefully you can see the little score lines. And everywhere that the score lines met, you're going to have little kind of X or a V shape. That's where we're going to notch. So we're going to slide the little intersection into the notch punch. It's got these 2 little sort of wings on it. And when your little wings line up with your score lines, you know you're in the right place. Go ahead and notch. And then we're just going to repeat that for all 4. I'm just kind of feeling, because again, normally I'd have my head right over there double checking. So I'm just kind of feeling for the right spot here. And our last one. Okay, and then you can fold up your envelope as is, but you can also corner round each corner, and that makes a really lovely professional presentation. So there we go. I've scored, I've notched, and I've rounded. So now we just need some tape runner, and I'm going to use regular tape runner here. And this is not the time to be stingy, because you want your envelopes to stay closed. And I am going to make my pattern on the outside, because I want to have this fun sort of interaction between the Kraft patterns and the papers that I'm putting on top. All right, so I'm just going to fold up the bottom. I'm going to fold in the sides. I'm going to leave the top flap unfolded for now. Okay, and I'm just going to add adhesive, a nice strip of adhesive. Like I said, now is not the time to be stingy with the adhesive. And then I'm going to fold up the bottom flap, make sure it's nice and secure, and there's my envelope. Okay, now I've got a couple of other ones already made, so I'm going to use those as well. And then I thought what I would do, just again to kind of show the versatility and do some pattern matching, I thought I would take one of the 5 by 7 sizes and one of the Slimline card sizes. And even though they're a little bigger than what we need, I'm just going to trim them down to that 8¼ So I'll just stack them up here, 8¼ And again, you can make your envelopes with any paper. So it's great to use up paper. You know, maybe it coordinates with the card that you're sending, or maybe you're using some paper left over from a project. It's a great way to use it up. So now I have 2 more. Let's see how fast it is to actually make these. Okay, so I wish I had a little, stopwatch or something ready, but I'm seeing 4:20 on my clock. So let's go here. 3, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, score and score. Turn all the way around. 3, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, score and score. I'm going to turn it over so I can see the lines to notch just a little bit easier. 4 notches to make and 4 corners to round. And once you get used to it, boy, you can really power through your envelopes. Okay, so again, I'm going to keep the pattern on the outside, fold up the bottom, fold in the sides, adhesive on the side flaps, and fold up the bottom. So I've still got 4:21 on my clock. So I'm going to say it takes about a minute. 3/8, 1/8, 3/1/8, 2/8, 3/8. Let's make my last one here. And then I'll have 5. Now you could definitely do this with just 3. And I've got a little sample made to just show you how 3 looks. But I wouldn't go too much past 5. Only because it will get a little bit thick once you do all of your folding. So I would do 3 envelopes or 5 envelopes. And obviously you want all of the envelopes that you use for your album, for each album, to be the same size. So of course you could make these with 5x7 size, or you can go and look at the, all of the different sizes that you can get and make different sized envelopes as well. So whatever size you like, but I'm just doing the 4x6 because we've got the 4x6 pre-cut and ready to go. Adhesive. My Scottish father would probably say something about using that much adhesive. All right, and so then I've got all 5 of my envelopes ready to go. I mentioned you could do this with 3. Okay, so here's 3 envelopes. And again, that gives you a good sense of just, how it would work. You could get 3 4x6s inside. And then as we're going to do, you can add additional cardstock or pattern paper over top. So you can get an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the way the back looks. Okay. So let's go ahead and adhere these all together. I'm going to alternate them. So I've got kind of lights and darks, and yeah, I liked that one there. Lights and darks and lines and chevrons and dots. Okay, so I think I would actually like this to be my top one. So I'm going to lay it down like that. And then I'm just going to basically lay all of the rest of them down. Let me get rid of this now. In a row. And that way I can kind of see how it's all going to look. And you'll notice that I'm just kind of slipping the envelope flap right behind the one in front of it. So the top one is going to be, or the panel that will close over like this, okay, is going to be towards your left, so that it folds over kind of like a book, okay, like the cover of a book. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to adhere the flap to the back of the envelope ahead of it. And again, I warned you, I know we're all going, eek, she's using so much adhesive. But I know that you do need a good amount of adhesive on here in order to keep your album together. And remember, we haven't scored or folded any of the flaps yet. Now, you can also use photo tape for this, or Kraft tape, that kind of thing. And I have to say that sometimes I don't want to use my precious Creative Memories adhesive for any old Kraft. But this is a memory keeping, mini album. It is something that you want to share, but I think you could definitely justify using your precious Creative Memories fantastic adhesive for this project. I have to admit, I keep some dollar store type adhesive around, especially for when my kids need to do a craft project. They do not get to use my CM adhesive. All right, super fast. This is our last one here. I'm going off my table here. This is getting long. Okay. So now we've got them all adhered together. Now we can go ahead and fold them. Now, if you have the bone folder, this was one of the things we launched last October as well. And our initial bundles that we sold, came with the bone folder, and you could also buy it separately. If you have the bone folder, it's great. Otherwise, definitely grab your multi-purpose tool. And now we are going to accordion fold, and we're going to start with this one. Okay, we're going to fold it up and over, and then just forward and back until they are all sort of in line. You can kind of make your little adjustments. And then I like to just kind of go over all of my folds. You can open and close it all a few times. And just make sure those folds are nice and crisp. And then our last one, it might not fold exactly, you know, in half or exactly along a score line, because it's going to come up and over several layers. So you just want to gently kind of coax it closed. And that is the base of our album. So as you can see, we've got our little flap cover. We're going to talk about how to keep it closed, but you've got our little flap cover. This will be the first page that they see, and then they will open it up, and all of your fun little photos and journaling boxes, etc., will be there. They can pull out each one of the 4x6 photos that goes inside, or whatever size you have. Okay, I've got one in each of the pockets so that I can show you that it doesn't get too thick. Okay, so 5 4x6s. I've got just a piece of paper here with a little bit of a design on it. This is a matte card, and I've just trimmed these down by 1/4 of an inch all around. Okay, so let's double check the measurements there, because I know somebody will ask. 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. Yeah, so just a little sliver off the edges, and that just kind of provides a more solid front to each of the pockets. Because of course, if I place my 4x6 photo in here and there's nothing, there we go. You can see that some of it's going to be kind of showing. Not a big deal, but it just increases the likelihood that it will, you know, kind of flop out as you're opening or closing it. Okay, so let's go ahead and, oh, and sorry, I mentioned, so paper, matte card with journaling lines on it. Then I've got a couple more pieces of paper, again, cut to 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. And those will accommodate nicely 3x5s. And then on the back, I had room for 3 more 3x5s, another matte card with the lines for journaling, and then just a really pretty one that's kind of, you know, the end. So the end of your album is on the back side of the first. So we just fold it up so you can see that that is the back side of our album. Okay. Now I mentioned that I just kind of created this belly band. I was sort of you know, prepping and figuring out how to make this all, and double checking my measurements. And I thought, oh, I don't have any way to close it. So this is literally a strip of cardstock, about 1 1/4 inch wide. And then I just placed a piece of circular, a cutout circle with my custom cutting system, sized it to the sticker, and that becomes the closure. But we're going to make an integrated closure here for this one. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let me get this little band back on. It's getting caught on the back there. There we go. Okay, so let's cut some pieces and do a little bit of decoration. I won't do all of the pages, but just to show you how. So I'm going to stack all 3 pieces of my Totally Tonals. And again, I'm going to cut at 3 3/4 by 5 3/4. So I'll get 2 from each of my strips here. And we'll just have a little bit of leftovers there. And then I also want to cut one of these pieces into, again, that kind of 1 1/4 inch strip. So I'm just going to measure 1 1/4 here. And that's what I'm going to use to close it. So let's start with these and we'll see how it goes. Pretty easy, right? going to set aside our little closure strip, and let's just kind of place these out. See what we've got. So I've cut 6. So, maybe I'm going to have, I don't have my Totally Tonal mats yet. That's what I was going to be putting on here. But, maybe I'll just do 3 for now on the front and 3 on the back. And in order to attach these here, I'm just going to add a little bit more adhesive right on the front. Center this. And that, again, makes my pocket a little bit more secure. Okay, so I would just put the adhesive right on the envelope only because, and let's do this one in ombre, only because I was trying to place the adhesive in the correct position, and I went over, and then it started sticking to the inside of the envelope. So put your adhesive on the envelopes themselves. All right, so I definitely want one on here because this is the back. And I'm going to have this color as my closure, the red as my closure. So this is not, this is solid on the back here. So I can go ahead and add these right like this. There's the middle one. And I'll do the ombre of the red. Okay. So that is it. Now that basically would be my entire album. I would go through and, add my mat cards or whatever. But this will work just fine for our purposes. Okay. And in order to do our little closure, what I should have done before I actually added this piece is I should have added my band right across the back here. So I'm just going to add a strip of adhesive, place my band, and then fold my paper down over it. And that way, now I'm going to be able to have like a little closure. Okay, so now I can go ahead and, take whatever little, adhesive or sticker that I want, and I can add it to one of the sort of the flaps of this closure. And then it's not going to stay closed, but that will really help it to stay together. So let's give this a try here. I'm going to cut this one down just a little bit. And I know that this doesn't match, but we're going to add that on there. Okay. And then when I put this kind of underneath here, that will help it to stay closed. And you could add a little like elastic. You could add some ribbon instead of a paper piece. You could add some twine, or you could just leave it, kind of open this way. So again, when we pop that down, it's going to provide like a little flap for us to just put this underneath. It's kind of sticking it between the envelope and our little sticker. I'm just going to have to play with it to see. Okay, so that will hold it closed. And then again, they can just kind of pull this out from behind the little sticker embellishment and open the whole thing up. All right, so I've got my little 4x6 cards to pretend that I've got my 4x6 photos. Got room for all of those. Got room to add some journaling. And we mustn't forget a few embellishments. Now I'm seeing 4:35 on my clock, so about 15 minutes to make the whole album. Let's do a couple of little embellishments. And I will change the front one here, so no worries about that. So I like the sort of monochromatic, so I'm going to add something yellow here. And I like the idea of kind of maybe placing something down, just overlapping a little bit, and maybe a high, right? I'm not going to use any foam squares here because you don't want it to be too thick. So I'm going to have, let's look and see what I can replace that with. I like the wow. So maybe I will cut a different piece of paper, maybe a piece of cardstock, and I'll put wow or so happy there. That will be my little title. Okay. Now I could put a little, 3.5 by 3.5 inch photo there. I could also, of course, go in and add a couple of, love these little stars and some of our little bursts. So a little photo in there with a couple of embellishments on the corner. That's all you need. Do the same thing here. Maybe this time we're going to put a little banner. Okay. And a word. Let's see. Always in my heart. No, that's too long. It's not going to work there. 2 thumbs up. There we go. So we're just going to add a little word art to our banner there. And then this time we'll put some stars down here. Oh, these ones are hearts. Let's add some hearts. I've got hearts and stars. There's one of those little bursts. Okay, so I'm just kind of going in opposite directions here. And then for this one, let's do lots of love down here, just overlapping a little bit. And again, I'll use some of those little hearts and a little burst. So again, quickly you can, add some small details to it. And then let's see if what I've got for photos. So a little 3 by 3 would fit, or even a little 3.5 by 3.5, which I don't think I have handy. 3.25. Okay. Or you could even do, like a little 4 by 3, 3 by 4. And then just add the embellishments off to the top. So lots of different options. And of course, I didn't put anything in the in-between, but of course you can. All right. So that is our little mini envelope album with a couple of different options for closing. Like I said, I think a ribbon closure would be really pretty. And then you could just tie it in a little bow. That would be really lovely. Or make the belly band, because as we see that this one isn't necessarily, the paper closure isn't necessarily the most secure. Okay, but a little belly band and then the embellishment to kind of decorate the center. And that will work perfectly. All right. It'll be perfectly. I see Beverly's asking when will this be back up. As soon as we finish here, as soon as we finish the broadcast, you'll be able to watch it in its entirety. Okay. Cynthia's asking what sticker pack. I'm using the Totally Tonals sticker pack. Canary, pumpkin, and Kelly green. Same or coordinating with the new Totally Tonals Canary, Pumpkin, and Kelly green papers. All right, the stickers that I used and the papers that I used for the one that I had all made up, these were the C's Please. C's Please paper. And again, I kind of, really focused on the wilderness aspect, but of course there's beautiful blues and sea theme in that paper pack. Okay, so let me recap because I want to tell you a couple of other things. What if you don't have the envelope and bow creator? Well, your alternative is to use ready-made envelopes. How many of you maybe have some of these fun colored cards and envelopes that you received as one of the bonuses last birthday week? I'm pretty sure it was last October. So you could definitely take, some fun envelopes that you have in your stash. You don't even have to make your envelopes, although that's super fun. But you, of course, could go ahead and just attach those in the same way, and you would have a fun little colorful mini envelope album. Okay? So that would be a really fun way if you do not have the envelope and bow creator. White envelopes, of course, will work. We all have white envelopes at home, so you can do that. And then really go to town with a variety of bright papers that would enhance your mini album, okay? But what if you really, really, really want the envelope and bow creator? Well, I am really excited because this is something we've never done before. And it's the first time that we get to offer a fast and fun deal. Yes, we are going to be offering a fast and fun deal on the envelope and bow creator and the Kraft envelope papers. And it's a screaming deal. You're going to want to check your country's website for the details because, of course, prices vary in each market. But I'm just going to go onto my computer. Let me see here. Sorry, let me get that on for you. And let's see if it's already up. I was told they were going to be up by now. So I am in Canada, so I'm on the Canadian website. And we've got the virtual crop group pop-up promo as well. So if you added this fun bundle to your cart, you'd also get the virtual crop pop-up. So let's just double check that it's in the new section. And there they are. Look at that screaming deal. So we've got 2 bundles for you. And again, these are Canadian prices, so don't pay attention to that if you're not in Canada. Check your website, your US or .au, and see what the prices are. But we've got 2 screaming deals for you. We've got the envelope and bow creator plus the Kraft envelopes paper packs. And we've also got a bundle just with all of the Kraft envelope paper packs. So if you've already got the envelope and bow creator, you just need your papers. You can stock up and add some of those to your cart. Plus, get the fun virtual crop pop-up drop-in promo. Okay, so that is a great reason to hop on to your website in your country. See what the deal is. See if you need it. If you've been, kind of excited to try the envelope and bow creator and you just, haven't got around to it, now is the perfect time to grab it. The fast and fun deal really is fast because it's only from now, you can see that it's live now, until noon and on Friday, noon CT, and that's Friday, July 14th. So you only have just a little bit under 48 hours to take advantage of that deal. And it's just a fast and fun deal for you guys because I know that many of you will be excited to try it. Okay? Please don't feel that, we are, trying to get you or anything. We just really want to offer you the chance to try something new if you haven't already tried the envelope and bow creator before. Okay? So take advantage of that. And then you never know if there might be a new fast and fun deal next week. I'm just saying, you never know. All right, so just a quick recap. So I mentioned that the prize pack for this week for Sizzlin Summer number 2 is the same bundles, basically, the envelope and bow creator bundle and the Kraft papers, or Kraft papers and a totally tonal collection. So those are your 2 prizes. You have until, let me double check my notes here. You have until next Tuesday, July 18th, 11:59 p.m. Central Time to post your your envelope mini album in the virtual crop Facebook group. And again, we don't have an option to post and have a chance to win on YouTube, unfortunately. So you will have to go into the virtual crop Facebook group in order to participate in the challenge. It's just the nature of the platform. Okay, so we definitely want to see your envelope albums, mini albums. So don't forget to use the hashtag Sizzlin Summer 2. Sizzlin Summer 2. And you have until next Tuesday, July 18th, 11:59 p.m. Central Time. Okay? I'm going through my little checklist here. Winners from last week, check. Again, congratulations, Natasha and Beth. Our project, our challenge today, envelope mini album, check. We did it. About 15 minutes from start to finish for the base of the album. So you can't beat that. We talked about the prize for next week and the hashtag check. Sizzlin Summer 2, envelope and bow creator, Kraft papers, or Kraft papers and totally tonal. Tuesday, July 18th, 11:59 p.m. Central Time. And we talked about the first ever fast and fun deal. So how many of you are going to go and take advantage of the fast and fun deal? I'd love to know. And I would also love to know if you already have an envelope and bow creator and have you been using it. I sometimes, forget about my tools. They sometimes, sit and I have to get excited to use them again. So this definitely reinvigorated my love for the envelope and bow creator. And I hope it does you too. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make sure that I go back through the comments to see if there's any other questions that I missed. And I will be watching in the virtual crop group over the next week and giving you some love for posting your challenges. I certainly enjoyed seeing all of the happy album challenges last week. And don't forget, of course, next week, next Wednesday, July 19th, we'll be back 5 p.m. Central Time to announce the winners of this week's challenge and to do the next challenge, challenge number 3. And like I said, you never know, there might be another fast and fun deal. We'll have to see. You'll have to join me in order to see, right? A little tease there for you. Okay, so again, I'll check back through the comments. I'll make sure to edit the descriptions with the additional links that some of you missed. And I hope you have fun with the mini envelope mini album. And can't wait to see them. And I can't wait to see you again next week. Okay? All right. Bye-bye for now, everybody. Take care.